Hey, what's up, gang? Little late night, Friday night unboxing activity. McMurray has grabbed a handful of classic, awesome games, and he's going to tear into two or three of them here tonight. So I'll bring him on here. Oh, got one sitting there on the screen already. Let's put him in the old solo mode here.
I can't tell you how excited I am that I was actually muted this time during the countdown. I made sure and checked.
I still want the clip of that because I think it's awesome. All right, so I'm going to flip the screen over, and I don't know exactly what he's going to unbox or talk about. He might do a couple of games here, maybe three of them, and y'all can enjoy what he picked up. Here we go. It's all yours.
All right, so doing a couple unboxings. We're going to hit a couple of civil ACW games tonight. First one, the classic minorly reworked Avalon Hills Gettysburg. Like one of their first, I think this is their first like war game that they came out with. This is the 1977 edition. So I know that there's three different like difficulties per se. There's the introductory game, which I think is basically just the original game, an intermediate, and then a tournament game, which is supposed to be obnoxious. You can see on the side of the box. I haven't opened this yet. The box is a little topsy-turvy. Feels like there's a lot of stuff right here. So I'm sure there's a lot of stuff, but it says on the side here, tournament with 1,000 counters. What? This is not the Gettysburg I thought I was getting. I don't need GBACW, but whatever. We'll get it figured out. Okay. We ready? Coming off. There we go. Holy Nike. So these are obviously used. Okay, let's see what we got here. Confederate order of battle and order of appearance for both intermediate and advanced. Jesus. I don't know how this is divided, but there's like turns even on the hour and turns 20 minutes and 40 minutes after the hour. Good.
So on the Confederate order of battle, what's the first units to appear?
Command for Heath's division, and then Archer, Davis, Pettigrew, Brockenbrough, Pegram's artillery. And then as you get through the day, Pender's command comes in, Perrin, Lane, Thomas, Scales, McIntosh's artillery, Hill, Garnett's artillery, Pogue's artillery, and then you're into the noon. And those are all coming down the Cashtown Pike.
Right. Coming out of Chambersburg, right?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And so you've got that's kind of cool. So you've got the Union, you've got Buford and his command already on hexes at the start. But then Reynolds enters at 7 a.m. at the same time as Heath does. He's just coming in on the Emmetsburg Road, whereas Heath is coming in on the Cashtown Pike, which is what I would assume they already have Buford set up astride. But
what's the time that Heath's arrival is at what time?
7 a.m., same as John Reynolds.
Okay.
That's just Reynolds' command, that is. His troops don't start arriving until 8 a.m. But yeah.
Yeah, so I think the actual fighting started at about 8:20.
Yeah. No, so that's when they just get onto the table edge at the Emmetsburg Road.
So it's Heath, Archer, and Davis are the first arrivals, right?
Yep. Along with, again, Pettigrew and Brockenbrough and Pegram's artillery. Those are the four chits, looks like, that come in right away. That being said, this is the advanced order of appearance. On the intermediate, same thing. Davis, Archer, Pettigrew, Brockenbrough, Pegram, and so forth. That being said, these look like they're broken up just by the hours in the intermediate game.
Right. This, of all the generations, you're going to go through this here in a second, but of all the generations of this Gettysburg game from its start, to me, this was the best one because it just like
I'm about to say, I know this is supposed to be like the edition to play with.
It dumps like you got three versions in one box.
Yeah,
you're poison.
Advanced game tables, more advanced game stuff, for all kinds of different tables. Okay, that's just here we go. Introductory game time record and order of appearance. Outstanding. There we are. As well as combat result table. Makes sense. What?
you're gonna have to take this game apart and separate the documents to the versions that you're gonna.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying it doesn't look like. It looks like you figure out if it's in. I don't know. I'll have to figure out how to actually use that. It's not. It doesn't look like a normal Avalon Hill combat results table. That's okay. We'll figure that out. Advanced game tables. Oh my God, there's advanced game tables on the back of intermediate or on the back of introductory game tables. I might crap myself. Gettysburg 1977 errata. Jesus. All kinds of extra stuff. That looks like it's probably out of an old general.
Kind of shiny, wasn't it?
Yeah. Gettysburg. Here we go. Introductory.
Shoot, you'll be playing that in an hour.
Oh, look at that. Introductory. Page 1. Page 2.
Yeah.
Intermediate.
Yeah. You want to play. You're going to want to play intermediate. Introductory is the blow through type of game that you sometimes like to play.
I won't play that first. Oh, damn. So here's statuses for everything for all the units that we're looking at. So strength, casualty points, disorganization points. I think my buddy's dad put those in plastic, it looks like. As well as ammunition for everything. Every single regiment.
Yep. That's advanced. That's like me.
No shit.
That's like me playing 3 Days of Gettysburg, GBACW.
Dad, this is like Civil War Goss is what I'm staring down the balls of right now. That's terrifying.
Well, I'll put it this way. I've not seen, God, I can't even remember if I've actually even seen anybody shoot video of playing. I saw, what's his name? Oh, I can't think what his name is now. Do a quick look at it, and he didn't even really play it, so I can't think of who
I don't think you're going to, unfortunately, be seeing them anytime soon. So here are the 1,000 counters. Gettysburg 78, numbers 1 through 9. I don't know what the hell that even means. Let's take a look at some of these. Oh, they're literally just numbers. Sweet. Okay. I would assume those are for tracking strength points in the advanced game.
Probably.
I need to dig up a number of Ziplocs because this organization.
Gilbert Collins. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate that.
Okay, disorganized number 1 through 8. They're organized at least. Confederates, basic game unit counters. Aha! Set that off to the side. Gettysburg, advanced game artillery. Set that back up here. Gettysburg, breastworks, occupation flags, time, and blanks. Set those over there. Ah, look at that, dude. Intermediate game, advanced game, basic game. God, I could go find and kiss.
It's like they knew you were going to buy this.
Yeah, right? Union game, basic union counters. Jackpot. Advanced game artillery. I wonder if this is the one that is stuff everywhere. I don't know. Let's see here. Advanced game union line and column markers.
Yeah. That's where the headache starts.
Advanced game Confederate line and column markers. Oh, God. Gettysburg, basic unit maneuvers. Oh, no. It's for the intermediate game, but it was open and stuff fell out of it as I did this. I don't know.
Hopefully
basic Confederate right basic unit markers. I'm sorry. That makes sense. Confederate basic unit markers, and I would assume this one is intermediate game Union basic movement markers. Okay, so that actually makes sorting this stuff out a whole lot easier. That is certainly not from this game.
You haven't looked at any of this yet, right?
No, I haven't. This looks like it's probably out of the Russian campaign. I'm going to set that over here in my little dice container.
When you get to this map, it's going to blow your mind.
I'm sure it will. You know what? If people will sit and watch Aardwolf clip counters, they can bear with me for about 20, 30 seconds while I put these back into their envelopes. I don't have any liquor.
Should dump them into a corner and just pour them right back in there.
No. Well, the issue is it's Union and Confederate. It's all but one of the Union ones, and then a bunch of the Confederate.
You're going to be playing. You're going to be playing this type of game from Avalon Hill, though.
What type of game?
This one here on screen.
Jeff, my thing is.
That's all right. It's Terrible Swift Sword it's the TSR version.
Oh, okay. I got you. And Terrible Swift Sword covers Gettysburg, right? Or is that the whole war?
It's 3 days of Gettysburg, regiment level. That would be like playing the advanced game in that, and I think the advanced game in that is harder than that is.
I was about to say, if I had to bet, the advanced game here is a little more clunky, and Terrible Swift Sword has been made slightly more user-friendly. Because I know that, like I said, the tournament games in these old Avalon Hills can be pretty brutal.
Right. Well, I think you'll enjoy the intermediate game. I really do.
Oh, I'm sure I'm going to.
I'm trying to
like I said, when I knock out the introductory game, I'm sure you guys will be able to watch me play the introductory game every July, because that's how my brain works. I'm trying to get all these counters out of here before I open up the map, because I agree with you, the map is probably going to blow my tits off.
Well, you know, Al, like Todd and I play those Simonich, and of course, Chris has got the Salerno 43 set up, and they have that thing called Zoc Bond in them.
Yeah.
Well, the intermediate game has something similar.
I mean, I'm familiar with what a zone of control band is. Like, that's not like zones of control aren't a new concept or anything. Heck, even the simplified concept combat system has them, right, Kev? Right, Kev? That's okay. Kev played North Africa. Kev really liked North Africa, it seemed like. Or at least I know he said he really liked North Africa, the new one.
Yeah. He likes the supply rules in it. I know that.
Yeah,
I agree, Peter. You're right. It would be nice to see somebody actually tackle this one.
Well, Peter, you'll see me tackle it, just not the Captain Insano version. Maybe someday I'll lose my mind and do it, but unfortunately that is not quite today. There's one counter stuck in the corner of this damn box that I'm afraid I don't want to tear the corner of the box. There we go.
We'll wait till you get the map out.
Nope, I got it.
All right.
Doubleday, Aver Doubleday's division. This is Rowley's regiment.
3rd Brigade.
So we're going to fold that back over and fold this one back over. Okay, now let's look into the rest of these. We got organization strength of the volunteer army. Okay, so this is all extra shit. This is just background information that doesn't look like it's put out by Avalon Hill. But that's kind of cool. Okay. I'm going to just take these out and flip them. We'll go through them one by one. We'll get that back on the bottom in case they were in an order. Oh boy, here we go. More strength for ammunition status and all that stuff. More ammunition status. Outstanding, 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 outstanding. More of the strength level stuff. This would explain why they were flipped over in the bottom here. Lots and lots of them. More unit status sheets. Okay, so these are all spare unit status sheets. And then this is just a cool couple pages of orders of battle. Sweet. And just basic idea of organization, which is nice background info to chuck in here. All right, so we've got the papers stacked through Insano game, errata, basic game, except for that has advanced game stuff on the back of it. And then there's errata, and then here is advanced game, intermediate game.
Now, Peter, he asked me because of these games he just bought. Chancellorsville was one of them, and he asked me if I should grab that one, and I don't think I responded.
Do you want Chancellorsville? I can get you Chancellorsville easily.
If he's still got it, you should probably grab that.
Yeah, he still has it.
Oh, I don't have Avalon Hills Chancellorsville.
Well, I'll get it to you. I'm about to say we can have a surprise guest star on here of a game I'm going to try and play at the end. Although it doesn't look very good, but all right. So the map, I'm going to move the box out of the way.
Yeah, Michael, I got to agree with you on that, Michael.
Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Oh, cool. So it's 2 separate mounted maps. That's good. Right. I thought I just broke something. Oh shit.
These things are gorgeous.
Dog, this map is amazing. What? This is not a 1977 map. Holy shit. So this is Gettysburg. Wow, Jeff. Holy smokes, buddy.
Tell you, there's no other ones like that I've ever seen.
God.
Rick Barber's now the one. Of course, now he's gone now, but he would have been the one to
cool
do something.
I'm not gonna lie, I really liked the Gettysburg map in Across 5 Aprils. That's a very pretty map.
Right.
Holy smokes! This
you can look at that map and you can say, "Oh, I see where the hilltops are."
Yeah, that's exceptional. And then the southern map, I would assume, right here. Yep, there we go.
There's your round tops.
Yep. Wowza. That's damn impressive. I'm not going to lie to you. It really is. I kind of super like how nothing is labeled, to be honest with you. The roads are ish labeled. So you got, again, Emmitsburg Road, Nunamaker Road, Baltimore Road, but the landmarks aren't labeled, which is super cool because if you're just looking for, oh man, where is such and such? Oh no, good question. Like,
right. I never went through.
Dan Sickles will be here, but it's not marked on the map. Like, my man Dan is going to take and hold the Peach Orchard and foil Longstreet again. But anyways, so damn, that's a good looking map, man. And it's got the old school style of like nomenclature.
Yep.
Right?
With Hill. I think they're the ones that did that I can remember.
With the doubles, Conflict did that. So the 2 games that you gave me for Battle or for D-Day and Kursk or Tobruk, no, Castering Pass. Those 2 have the same style, but they're also super early and super just war games, not board games as much. Wow, that's awesome.
That's almost poster type art for me right there. It
is. This I would hang on my wall if they would sell just a straight poster of it. Oh, hot shit, man. This is awesome. All right, well, crap. I am a month and 4 days behind. Damn it. That's fine. This is absolutely going to come out before next July, but let's get this bad boy packed up because we got more stuff to deboxify here. That's a really, God, that Gettysburg right there is awesome. Like, you could get from somebody's house to somebody's house using this map of Gettysburg.
Well, what's amazing is that you got a small footprint, gorgeous map of Gettysburg, and this game plays tougher for most parts than the big regimental level Gettysburg games.
Right. That's fair. I can see that. Although it looked like, at least in the I don't know. Well, actually, you know what? Let's do this. Basic game union counters. I wonder what size these are. It looks like it just has divisions that, if they're big, might be broken up into 2 parts. Because I'm seeing like Hood 2, Hood 1.
I think it's brigades, isn't it?
It is. Okay, so it is. But sorry, I was just looking at the introduction chart. So yeah, it'd be the first Johnson's 1st Brigade, second Brigade Johnson's Division, all that nonsense. You get my point. That's right. Pretty cool. There's also 2 scenarios, which is entertaining. It'd be cool to see what the scenarios are for that. Let's see.
Peter, I've never tried the Chancellorsville game. You seriously, this is hard for the Confederates to win. I'm assuming they don't hamstring Hooker with bad decisions in the Chancellorsville game.
Yeah, see, that's like the thing with St. Antietam. Like, the reason I got Oh, there's another game we should probably. I'm gonna unbox while we're sitting here. Is I have Blue and the Gray over there that I have not played.
You're gonna love the Blue and the Gray.
I'm really excited, but that's why I was going to get the second edition. That instead of having both, or instead of having Antietam, had both Bull Runs in it, because I feel like Antietam, if you're not sitting there in the traditional fashion, you'll probably not have nearly as much trouble. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
Right.
If you don't have the McClellan stoop.
So you'll play the intermediate game, and after about the first or second turn, you'll blow through that intermediate game in a couple hours. Campaign.
I gotcha. For Gettysburg?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean, like I said, it's going to take me a minute to get there, and it might take me a while to play. Even SCS can take me a minute to play. But, yeah, I'm sure it won't be an issue. Okay. To be honest with you, some of the little decision games, folio games, are tougher to play. Even with not many rules, they can be tough to play because sometimes when you don't have as many rules, you don't have as many answers. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which doesn't necessarily make as much sense, but I've certainly run into it a lot in miniature gaming where sometimes the thin rule book isn't the best because sometimes games try and bite off more than they should. And while play examples aren't always required, they're sometimes really, really handy.
Right. Rich, good evening.
Who do we have?
Rich.
Oh, hey, Rich, what's up? We're doing Gettysburg right now, and then we'll get into a couple other ones.
That's one of those games that when I got my hands on, I can't even remember where I got it, but it's like my SPI Terrible Swift Sword. You know, those were two games that I just never let go of.
That's fair. That's understandable. I don't know how I'm going to get all these back in here. I don't think the top's ever going to sit flat, but. Okay, so that's Gettysburg, Avalon Hill, 1977. When we get the die back in there, got the Avalon Hill die there.
There you go. Hey, somebody's talking about Uncle Dan in the chat.
Again, we had this thing. This looks like a Blitzkrieg token or a Blitzkrieg counter, but I think the Russian campaign uses the blue and pink as well. So we're going to hold on to that one. Who's talking about Dan the Man?
Mike, here's the question for you. Was Sickles' move in your eyeballs, was that a positive or a negative to you?
A stroke of genius. A stroke of genius. All right, I think we already did an unboxing of Across 5 Aprils, but so Blue and the Gray, the first one, Shiloh, Bull Run, Cemetery Hill, and Chickamauga.
Oh, this is the Decision Games one, isn't it?
No, this is the SPI version.
In a box?
Blue and the Gray 2.
Oh, wow. I didn't know. Oh, it's Decision Games.
I know. I'm giving you trouble. Yeah, it is. Oh, man. Okay, so here we've got rules. This looks pretty similar in terms of setup and everything else.
Yeah, Blue and Gray was easy. And I think somebody has some advanced type rules that you can add to make the game a little more.
Yeah. Give it a little more to sink your teeth into.
Yeah. I saw Callumdale doing it.
Player notes, that's pretty outstanding. Okay, so this isn't fully punched. Oh, somebody did clip the stuff for Shiloh, for Union, as well as there's everything for First Bull Run. And then you've got Chickamauga, both sides, and Shiloh, both sides. That's pretty cool. Oh, man, they didn't clip Shiloh. They clipped Bull Run, not Shiloh or Chickamauga. So that would mean that the rest of this stuff is all Cemetery Hill. Oh, yeah, look at this. Somebody put in all kinds of extra tactics stuff and whatnot into here that they printed off. Looks like from Board Game Geek, Jeff. So there we go. They're in here.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I thought Skirmisher 3, Rich, was a pre-order. That's already being published. My bad. I gotta go. I guess I gotta go ahead and get that. What's it? I want to know what ads it's got in it for GCAC.
Damn, these maps are pretty good looking too. They're on kind of odd paper, but they're pretty damn good looking, man. And you can tell they're more modern. They got CRTs on them. They got result tables on them. They got turn charts on them. That's handy. Okay, so this does feel like Across 5 Aprils because we got maps shunted everywhere. Good stuff. So there's Bull Run first. It's cool that, like a couple other games that I've played, your deployment is just on the map. Makes everything easy, right? There's no getting mixed up, getting out of whack on your columns, any of that stuff. It's right there. Terrain key, again, good looking maps. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yep, you're gonna blow through those too. You got a shit ton of game playing to do.
That's okay. I've been tearing through some games, but Cemetery Hill. Here we go. Okay, so Cemetery Hill is actually more than just Cemetery Hill.
Yeah, remember there were 2 names to every battle.
No. But since it's not called Gettysburg, I figured it was going to be focused right around Cemetery Hill. But you've got almost the whole. Here's a little round top, for Christ's sakes, right? You got a big chunk. So that's cool. That's cool. So this is really feeling like on a Across 5 Aprils type thing. It's got that same feel to it. It'll be interesting to see how it plays. Chickamauga, huge. That's cool. That's cool. Like I said, this is actually what'll be interesting to see is looking at this game and Blue and the Gray 2 and looking at the games, like the scenarios, the engagements that are the same between these two from SPI and Decision games, and then Across 5 Aprils, and seeing how the gameplay compares between the two of them and which one, if one of them I'll end up liking better, the same. If they each have I'm sure they'll each have their own merits, but yeah. So there we go. Again, that looks like a good, simple knockout. I'll probably end up playing first Bull Run first. Low counters, already clipped and everything.
Michael has a point. Third Corps did pretty much cease to exist after Gettysburg.
Jump on them. Hey, that sounds like who else ran into that problem? Eric von Manstein.
Hey, don't talk about Uncle Ricky.
Every year, man, winter hit and everybody just had to look around and wonder, man, where'd that Army group go? Huh.
Civil War. Stick to Civil War here.
Okay, that's fair. We'll stick to Civil War. We'll go to A House Divided next by GDW. So we're just hitting a few of the classics here.
GDW games.
What's up?
I have a couple GDW games.
So do I. I've got this one and both the games in the Space 1889 kind of thing, the Sky Galleys of Mars, and then Cloud Ships and Gunboats, or whatever the second one was. I'm sorry. Fun fact, same thing. Also designed by Frank Chadwick, the guy who came up with Space 1889, all that stuff. So I saw this, said, yeah, we'll try that. That looks fun. It is a node control game.
Hi, John.
Bye, John. See you, buddy. Which I don't usually go for. But let's pop this bad boy open.
I like the box cover.
Right?
That's point to point. Okay, all right.
Yeah. Sorry, not node control, point to point. There you go. Same idea. Same difference.
Matt, good evening.
Who?
The old chestnut.
Oh, okay. Rules, pretty simple. Four pages. All right.
Eastern time zone.
What?
He said he just got back from 10 days in the Alleghenies in this godless Eastern time zone.
Turn record chart. All right, here we go. So again, we've got the duration of the war. It looks like the winter months are popped into twos. So November, December, and then January and February are 2 turns instead of 4. We do have extra rules, Jeff. So you can be happy for me. Well, we we might play with some extra rules here.
Additional rules?
Yeah,
Can you handle that?
Optional and advanced rules. That will be a 5th page of rules. So I'm not actually sure, but we might give it a try. So again, we've got looks like control markers, entrenchment markers, and stuff for the.
So is that like one of those games, like if you own a majority of the squares in Missouri, it becomes that side state?
No. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I played the shit out of this game already. We just hadn't done an unboxing video of it. It's fantastic. I'm a big fan. The map is frustrating because everything is right side up except for this Army maximum size chart and this guy. And you could have just rotated this chart and put a house divided right here by rearranging it a little bit. But
look who's coming in.
Who that?
John.
Wait, what?
John Harrington.
What? What? What's going on, John?
Good morning, guys.
We're going to have to add in, I got a British game up here in a minute. John, so this is the American Civil War. It's a lot more interesting than your alls, or at least the most recent one of your alls. Mainly because you can't make fun of Jeff about, parliamentarians and roundheads and whatnot. But no, so Jeff, what you do to win here is essentially, well, obviously, if you could destroy the Confederacy within the time, you're golden. But you've got reinforcement points, right?
John, I got your mic muted because we're getting feedback.
But so those are also, how many units you can drop there when you do get reinforcements.
Right.
So the fun ones are stuff like, again, where you've got border states or places that shifted control a lot. So Cairo, Illinois, if the Union control it, they can drop a counter. If the Confederates control it, they can drop a marker. Louisville, Kentucky, Cincinnati, Ohio, again, right there on those kind of borders. It is also interesting that Kentucky, they have marked out in a different color, All the rest of the border states aren't.
Really? No, Missouri's not?
Nope. I would assume it's because Kentucky held so much significance in that at the start of the war, nobody was going to go into Kentucky until Leonidas Polk fucked that up. But
LBW Steve's on. Stevie.
Hey, Steve, what's up? Hey, Steve, you sell Army painter paints? Like, can I buy one of the mega sets from you? You sell those in your store? They aren't on your website, but I know that there's some stuff obviously in every store that isn't on the website. But anyways, let us know. That being said, game is super fun. You can there's a lot of priority allocation that's done really simply. That's kind of cool. Like at the start of each turn, you roll to see how many movements you can make.
Right.
Which is, again, I don't know. It seemed like a really easy, simple way to determine, to simulate, okay, you don't have all the logistics in the world, right? Every one of these railroads might not be completely staffed, might not have all of the, locomotives or rolling stock that you could want. That being said, there's rivers you can travel on that are all directed, which is pretty slick. Oh, there we go. John, you back in here then?
Yeah, I unmuted him now. There's
Okay,
no
cool.
feedback.
When
I look at that game map now, granted, it's not the same, but what's the old Milton Bradley Civil War game with the plastic figures on it? That's for some reason when I look at that map, that's what I think of.
Battle Cry?
Battle Cry, there you go.
Actually, my brother has my uncle's copy of Battle Cry at his house that used to be my grandparents' house. I need to just grab that.
You do.
I was intending to leave it over there until my nephew was old enough to maybe get interested, but
Steve can ship you the Army painter stuff.
All right. Jeff, can you send Steve my email address or something? Because I would love to order that stuff from
We will do that.
a guy. But yeah, a house divided, super fun. As the Confederacy loses reinforcement points, that's what this Army maximum size is tracking, right? So fun game. super fun game. There's a lot of push and return. Again, the basic game has rules for entrenching and all that nonsense, as well as you move differently if you can move entirely on railroads. There's amphibious stuff.
So
The Union does. What's up?
Diminishing a force is how you win?
You can.
Okay.
If you capture, and then if you can capture all of the Confederate cities that have more than one reinforcement point.
Right.
So you got Memphis, New Orleans, Mobile, Atlanta, Charleston, Wilmington, Richmond. I think there's
damn people that have played this game. Chestnut says that he still thinks this is his favorite ACW game.
Yeah, this game is super fun. I told you that. Jeffrey. But yeah, no, I really, like I said, I really enjoy playing this. There's a lot of moving parts to fit together while still being a simple to play game, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Like it's not hard to understand. I gotta grab my phone charger. It's not hard to understand, but it's, some simple games you can just walk into and go, oh, smack, smack, smack. I figured this game out. This game's over with. Not so much. It's not hard to play. It's not hard to understand. It's hard to just be able to stomp through.
Right.
Which I like. I'm not going to lie to you. I like that. Ah, crap. I was trying to move my extension cord so that I could plug my phone in, and we lost the light. Can you guys still see anything?
Yeah. Just looks like sun's going down.
Yeah.
Or coming up.
I don't know if I can. I gotta get back behind a table to get to this damn thing. Yeah, well, we're just gonna do it live for now.
There you go. Chestnut says you win by going wild with the cavalry up north.
That is a good way for the Confederacy to win. Yeah, or at least get a distinct advantage.
Well, I
is that
played
better?
The game. Yeah, it was fine. I played a game called the Army of the Heartland from Clash of Arms, and I was playing the Murfreesboro scenario of the campaign. And there were two cavalry forces that I sent up north towards Louisville that were doing some damage, but the Union numbers were just too much.
I'm about to say that's how I managed to extend the life of the Confederacy the first time I played it, was by just sending Confederate stuff up to capture those reinforcement points to maintain that minimum army size, such that I couldn't just get strangled and cut off, and that allowed me to hold those important victory condition cities. Okay, now since Mr. Jonathan is here, we are going to unbox this very British game here. Not trireme, not feudal. DVG's War of the Worlds. Because I would assume John is I would assume you've personally visited every single place listed in this game. I don't know how you would do that, but you're an inspiration to everyone. So this is a heavy ass game. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is a 2-inch box, and it is full. It is a traditional, like, Euros, not necessarily Euro style board game fully, but it's not Hex Encounter. That makes me a little nervous, but that's okay. War of the Worlds is pretty fun. It's a pretty awesome setting. I like the idea behind War of the Worlds, so here we are. H.G. Wells is a fantastic author. If you've never actually read War of the Worlds, shame on you. Go read it. Rules, pretty fancy. They're long, but they're not, like, packed in, you know what I mean? I feel like if this rule book was written in a style and font size and whatnot, like a traditional Hex Encounter rule book, instead of being 20 pages, it'd be like 8. Right? Because you've got everything in here. So there's going to be lots of fun things to look at. Oh, John, you'll get a hammer off this one. I showed everybody this at the start of Chris's little thing he did earlier. I started painting up this 1-600 USS Texas, right? The original pre-dreadnought USS Texas. And since I was painting up 1-600 pre-dreadnoughts, I had to go grab myself HMS Thunderchild, which is, again, the ship from War of the Worlds that pretty closely resembles HMS Victoria. But
Yeah,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so that's the one that it's based off of the design that was put forth by the naval YouTuber Drakenafel. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but yeah, he and David Manley need to do a thing because that goober plays or has the ships for victory at sea, and he needs to learn how to play a game that doesn't suck, like Find, Fix, and Strike. But since you and Mr. Manley are besties, and I'm super jealous.
I've never heard of this game.
This one?
Yeah.
You've never heard of War of the Worlds?
No, I'm not a big DVG person, so I would have never.
Jeff, I've never even heard of DVG really, but War of the Worlds is outstanding.
Tank Leader, Hornet Leader, Sherman Leader, all those games made by DVG.
Like as always, we'll get to the map at the end. Even though that's a full game board, so that might come back to bite me, but that's okay. Some player aids. All right, that's a little wild. There's a good amount of shit on these player aids, Jeff. Oh, okay, they're only one side. That's nice. So here's one for England.
You just folded out a game player aid. That means you're not going to play this thing. It has 2 pages on the player aid.
Shut up. War of the Worlds, League of Terran Nations. That's an optional rule I was reading. I would assume this is...
That looks like a Hammer Slammers map to me.
Yeah, this looks like just a generic kind of map, although I would assume this is Horschel Commons, for those of you who have never read War of the Worlds. Oh, there it is. See, their interpretation of Thunderchild
You're holding
is
it upside
problematic.
down.
Yeah. Turn it upside. Yeah.
Shut up, Jeff. Yeah. So their interpretation of Thunderchild is a little problematic because H.G. Wells describes Thunderchild as an ironclad ram that sits low in the water, right? But when it fires, one of the shells missing a tripod smashes a fishing trawler to bits. So we're not looking at something that's got, a 6-inch gun on it. This thing's mounting some serious pre-dreadnought naval capability, probably 10 or 12s at least. We're getting way lost in the weeds. I apologize. We've got this. If there was ever a reason why I wasn't going to play this game, Jeff, I feel like you know what it is.
Right there.
It's the cards. But
we're going fistful of lead.
That's a complete different.
It's cards. How's it different?
It's completely different. Like I said, we'll see how this plays. This also looks like the sort of game I might actually be able to convince people other than Todd to play with me. So here we've got all the unit markers. These are the little standy thingies that you're supposed to push these into. That being said, apparently they're god-awful for them. So the guy who sent it to me included all these guys from Amazon that you can use instead. Apparently way better. But so we've got units. There's a spare rubber band. That's handy. But we've got naval units, both freighters and warships. Super awesome. We've got some more. Those look like human or British artillery. Outstanding. These are simple to look at and understand. Let's see what else we got here. Heavy artillery. All right, so that's a big old divisional gun. Cavalry. Civilians.
Where's Tom Cruise?
You shut your goddamn mouth. There's your standard Tommy Atkins. Let's see here. Here are those Martian dicks. Let's see. There's all kinds of stuff in here, man. So this feels like like I said, drastically more of a board gamey type game. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Here's some other Martians, the different kinds of stuff. Like I said, this feels a little more like board gamey, like if somebody's familiar with playing, I don't know, like Talisman or something like that. That's what this feels like based on all this stuff. Not necessarily a bad thing. Not necessarily a bad thing. Let's get all this back in the box still. We'll look at the map. John, I'm so happy you're here. I miss seeing you on around them internets and whatnot. These are kind of cool.
Because you're in a completely different time zone, to be fair.
What's up?
Only because you're in a completely different time zone.
Well, that makes things slightly more difficult. Yeah, that's true. Let's get the player aid folded up. This League of Terran Nations. Fold it up real quick here. So, interestingly enough, the League of Terran Nations idea is what brings us into the same sort of idea as this game from Osprey for miniatures. But we're not going to get into that right now. Where the hell? There's the board. Put this off to the side. Get the board in here. So again, this is DVG. I thought they mainly did solo games, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they're the ones that do all those aircraft and tank games. The jester's always bitching about the cards being a different color.
This is folded incredibly awkwardly, and I feel like I'm probably going to wind up breaking it trying to get it back into the box. Okay. Okay, so this can't be that hard. All right, John, so you live down here, right?
Yeah. You see the arrowhead that points just south of Bristol. Something. No, left a bit. So about where the B of Bristol is, that's where I am.
Oh, there you go. I used to know a girl in Bristol.
I used to live in Bristol.
Yeah, we're talking about the one where the people have teeth. So this is, I mean, it's pretty entertaining. It's everything that you're looking for or thinking about. I don't know what all the stuff on it means. You got all the weird steampunky nonsense, but it looks like we've got a sequence of play on here. That's good. Looks like we got a turn tracker on the other side. That's good. I wonder if it's possible in this game to actually beat the Martians, or if you're just doing the kind of standard traditional way of dealing with them. But that's cool, man. I mean, this looks like a fun game. Like I said, it looks like the kind of game I would be able to get somebody other than a traditional board gamer to play with me, which is maybe then I can convert somebody into a traditional style board gamer.
Yeah, Matt, I'm surprised we haven't gotten McMurray hasn't picked up a copy of Panzer Leader.
I have not. I've seen it multiple times. For a while there, I was looking for the original Panzer, where each counter is just one individual tank. And then I realized I could just play miniatures like that, and I was okay.
So with the War of the Worlds game, does it look like you've got kind of like the big overall map, and then you play actual individual battles using the smaller maps that you showed?
That's what it looks like, yeah. Because you got this thing, and then the little
like a scenario map almost, isn't it?
Yeah. Which in the book, you really only have one sea fight, again, with this bad boy, the Thunder Child, knocking out 3 tripods. One smashes the Christ out of it, and then it rams the other 2. So again, it is a torpedo ram. And then the only real engagements. God, if you haven't read War of the Worlds, I can't express enough how interesting of a book it is. It's entirely told from the perspective of an unnamed protagonist. You have no idea who the main character is. You're just reading what happens to your main character. And then a couple of the main characters, close associates. But Martians come down, land on the common outside of, Old Boy's Town. No one knows what the hell they are. Tripods come out. Crazy stuff happens. Super good book. You fuck it. The book's like 100 and something years old. I'm tossing out spoilers. At this point in time, if you haven't read War of the Worlds, shame on you. Go read it anyways. But the Martians are virtually unstoppable. They have these things that are heat rays that blow stuff up. and they can shoot canisters full of noxious gas, and so actually blowing up their tripods is wild. But in standard H.G. Wells fashion, where one thing is science fiction. So there are Martians. They land on Earth, and they're really powerful. That's the end of science fiction, right? That's where the fiction ends. The worldly response, reasonable, understandable, makes sense in the context of the time. The British Army's response makes sense in when you think about the time. What actually kills the Martians are germs. The Martians aren't used to Earth. Germs that you would find on Earth kills them.
Where does Robbie the robot come in? To protect. Oh, there's Cristobal. You guess he could do it.
Actually, since John's here, we're going to Jeff. You're going to have to break this up into a couple of videos for YouTube because we have a really good Civil War unboxings, and now we're getting into the weeds. But since John is here, we are going to. Oh God, I'm going to drop my secondary light that I just put out here.
Okay. You're on a roll. Don't screw it up. The YouTube community is watching you.
YouTube is watching your career with great interest.
And
John,
Matt says that the Martians are not that tough in real life. And Michael said that Sickles would have moved forward ahead of the rest of the army and got his whole corps vaporized.
Yeah.
We're going to have to do a Dan Sickles episode one night.
Like a big goddamn hero. Like the hero that he is. John, here you go, buddy.
So I was tickled that he moved forward.
There it is. Look at this thing, John. War at Sea. There you go, buddy. Begin a lifetime of pleasure. Begin with War at Sea.
You guys out there in chat land there, you got to admit, some of these things he picked up here just the other day are great classic games.
They are absolute classics. I didn't get this one a couple days ago, but he had a copy that was a little mintier than this one, and I almost grabbed it. And I said, no, that's kind of the epitome of this is a good enough game that I would rather – okay, we'll see you soon, John. That I would rather I'm good playing with this beat-up copy. If somebody who normally plays games like again, board gamers like that play Euro games, if it's a Catan person or somebody who plays something like Talisman or whatnot, if they see a game like this in good condition that they want to pick up and play, hot damn. I'll leave that better condition game on a shelf all day long. I don't give a shit. I'll play a beat up game. Plays just as good as a new one, but a game that's good looking, new in the box is far more likely to be bought off the shelf and expanded than one like this. Granted, every 6 games that get bought off the shelf might get played, but that's not the point. We're still increasing the odds. This is really a great game. We're going to wait a minute for Harrington to get back to unbox that because it's got,
Well, do me a favor then. And you don't have to open up or anything. Let's do a little teaser here. Show the game you picked up for me, just the box.
There's actually 2 boxes, Jeff.
Oh, 2 boxes. Wait a minute. Are they actually boxes? Now, look, you people that are Civil War fanatics, don't cry when you see this box.
It's too damn big for a single box. So they're in – because you said you got the box, right?
I have – well, yeah, I lost all my pieces.
Well –
well, I don't have – no, my flat packs died a long time ago.
I'm not going to lie to you. There are all the pieces.
Oh, I'll never be able to sleep tonight. Never be able to sleep tonight.
Oh, God.
No, don't you open it. Don't. Oh, no.
Jeff, all the pieces are sealed in here. Except for that little guy. I don't know where that little guy goes, but I'm putting it back down. Monster. Yep. But he's like, yeah, my dad said this one's kind of a bear. Probably need 2 rooms to play it. One for all the counters and everything, and then the other one you can actually put stuff into. That's fair. I know what I'm getting into. Let's do this.
Can't wait. Where's the big old spiral chart? Come on. I see it under the rule book.
Oh, look at the die.
There you go. The SPI tiny die.
Tiny die, baby. The tiny die.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
The tiny die. Let's see here. We got, look at that deployment chart. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. It's huge.
That's the granddaddy of those big Civil War strategic type games.
Oh, dang. See, I already pulled this spirally chart out because I was going to mess with you, but damn. What on earth? Confederate personnel point call display. What the fuck are we looking? Jeff, what the hell is this?
Yeah. It's a
This
resource.
is some Satan shit. I'm done with this. I'm putting this away.
Yeah. Yes,
This is
don't
some
hurt it.
Satan.
Be gentle. Be gentle. Make sure you pack it properly.
What I'm doing. This is some evil Satan type shit.
I want that thing triple bubble wrapped and boxed in 8 boxes.
There you go, baby. There you go. John, you got to holler when you're back in here. Look at that thing.
Matter of fact, the maps are sitting on my freaking dresser in my bedroom.
That's so gross. Better than the nightstand, I suppose.
Yeah, that'd be a little close.
But yeah, so I grabbed those couple. We'll do unboxings of these next few a little later, maybe over on Wardrobe Place World War II. But there's this big bad boy, Avalon Hills Jutland. That's a super cool game. Super cool game. I need to find a warehouse that I can play this on. What?
Claystone, Steelstone, Clay's on it.
Oh, what's up, Clay?
Clay, did you see that game that he just showed that he sent me?
And then there's also Avalon Hills D-Day. Should be super cool to play. Cover a whole bunch of time. Midway. And the Russian campaign, which was definitely an early 70s thing because look at the goofy-ass font and they turned the E back. I don't understand that shit, but whatever.
Didn't turn the R in Russian backwards like I do see a lot of them.
Yeah, right. Look at the big old S, and it's weird, but that's okay. So we might unbox those on over on Wardrobe or somewhere. We'll figure it out. And then I even have a couple to unbox with Not Jay. We're just waiting for John to get back.
I'm back.
Oh, John's back.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Quick change of computer required.
All good. So this is the one I was hoping to show you. This game is awesome, but look at the cover.
It's got the best cover ever.
Like that cover, John. You can begin a lifetime of pleasure. Begin with War at Sea.
You know it's gonna be pleasurable just by that box cover. That box.
Yeah, it's a little weird for me that tagline, but standard
in there.
Awesome rules, examples of play, stellar.
William, is this the one I've been seeing you play?
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
I love this
okay.
game. I played this. This is like Bastogne from SCS or SCS's MMP's SCS Bastogne. I played it once, went, oh damn, that was awesome. Played it again.
Yeah, Peter, he got some really good classic games to this in here.
British ships, American ships, 2 Russian ships, couple convoys, and air markers.
No, Clay, I do not. You know that.
he just hasn't he hasn't been exposed to the right naval war games.
Yeah,
that's the
idiot.
problem.
Don't worry, Clay. Shit, I should have bought War at Sea and sent you that other copy of War at Sea. Or that other copy of Wooden Ships, Iron Men.
Where's the chalkboard?
What?
Where's the chalkboard to drag my fingernails down?
German ships, Italian ships. Again, in that hilarious early Avalon Hill, just weird colors. Like the Germans are dark blue, the Italians are light blue. And then every single Allied ship that is ever produced is light green. Whether it's British, American, Russian, anything. But super cool. Status markers, control point markers. You'll see where those come into play in a minute here. Awesome.
Wait, Chuck, didn't you say you had the variant counters or you found them somewhere? Because Chuck brought that up again.
He did. I keep meaning to look on Camelot and see if I can find it. Right here. Right here. This game board is more fun. Right? So this is not that.
Is that South America right under your left hand?
It is. Just like that's America right off. They're just there so you know they're there. Just like America isn't up here or this small.
Well,
but that's fine.
I'm just making sure that that's Brazil and not Atlantis or some stupid shit.
Yeah, it is. But super fun. Starts. There's not like an official thingy. I think of the rules it says like 1939, 1940 goes through the end of the war. Again, it's abstracted, but it's super fun. The cool thing about War at Sea that is also the same thing in House Divided, surprisingly enough, despite the fact that they don't share any game designers, they're from two completely different companies, is once you determine where you're going to have combat, you line your counters up and essentially shoot at the enemy's counters, and then you return and you remove your casualties and apply damage. Super fun. It means that, ordinarily you total up your combat factors and then roll on a CRT, and that's the end of that combat. Well,
put your finger on where it says Italy. All right, now go straight north. All right, stop. Come down a little bit. Come down a little bit. Come down. Come down. Stop. Now go to your right just a little bit. Uncle Ricky!
Good Lord.
There are Soviets in here. They've got Marat and October Revolution. They can start again in 42 essentially, so it turns 3 through 8. The Americans, you have to roll, but they'll start coming on turn, or you start rolling for them on turn 2. I think, right? No, turn 3. Same thing. But again, so that differing combat system, it feels real naval battle-y, right? You're in line of battle, you're shooting at your opposite numbers, your cruisers are going around supporting, what have you, because the only things that are on here are capital grade ships, like big capital. So heavy cruisers and above. There are aircraft carriers. Those are tied in a little differently. They work well. They're simple. It's easy. It's fun. But since that combat takes a little longer, it means that you're not, even though you're only fighting over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the Baltic doesn't really count because you basically knock the Russians out when they're done. Only that many control points. Hot damn. Like combat can last a while. If you want to, almost every turn can be a Jutland. It's fun.
I would find it more fun to watch you just lay that shit all out on the rug and play a battle.
So again, what I've done with this is I've taken and printed every one of those counters. Every single stinking one of those damn counters. I have printed out using my 3D printer. Again, thank you to Mr. Harrington and Arnold for their technological knowledge and expertise and advice and getting me a set with a 3D printer that I can figure out. But I've printed out every one of those counters as well as a label that has the statistics on it to play this game with miniatures on a 2-foot by 4-foot board that I'm in the process of building that will have all of these landforms in 3 dimensions.
Cool.
So yes, Jeffrey.
So
eventually you will be able to
you have airships, you have wooden stuff, you have World War II naval stuff. You don't own any submarine games, do you?
There's submarines in this game.
I'll tell you, what's that game you play? That's
Con Sonar?
no, board game.
Hunters.
Oh. The Hunters doesn't have a board.
I'm amazed that you don't have one of those. I really am. Because it has a narrative to it, and
maybe someday.
I'm not offended that you don't, because I'm not going to own one. But
also, you forgot I have some medieval era stuff and World War I have not many pre-dreadnoughts, but honestly, some of my favorite naval gaming that I've played recently is, we're talking about David Manley earlier, who's a prolific naval rules writer. He put out a rule set called Steamer Wars.
Right.
Get your mind out of the gutter. It's entirely focused on, again, the naval action on Lake Tanganyika at the beginning of World War One. So
what about Civil War naval battles?
I have ironclads. I've showed you my ironclads before.
I've never seen that.
Oh, for Christ's sakes. Hang on.
I've never seen it.
Are we just going to get him to get everything out of his house? We're just suggesting things. We're just making him run around his house getting unboxing games.
Yeah,
this happens about once a month or so nothing new.
This is the biggest burst of board games though he's bought, I think, at one time.
Oh, it is. It is. It's not. Again, it's not necessarily that all of a sudden I'm in love with board games or I didn't like board games earlier. They just all became available right now. You know what I mean?
They were just good deals.
Yeah. Oh, stellar. And now I'm sitting here kicking myself so I didn't go get that second copy of War at Sea and Wooden Ships Iron Man. Oh, God damn it. Dolphins War. I'm getting this crap out because you wanted me to, Jeff. Stop
those
laughing.
look like miniatures to me.
Yeah, Civil War naval, right? Actually, these are 10mm Anglo-Zulu, but for doing Rorke's Drift essentially at 1-to-1.
There you go. Do you have Victory in the Pacific?
I don't. Victory in the Pacific was not one of those. It's pulled up on at least one tab in my Geek Market on my computer, though. Oh, God. Oh, crap. Don't fall. Just a minute, guys. Oh, God.
That's a nice looking container.
What do those look like to you, Jeffy?
Airships.
Shut up. Why are you such a dick? No. So we've got... Oh, God.
He hates you,
it was a
Jeff.
board game.
He hates you.
Brownwater Navy. Some timberclads. Some old school ironclads.
Jeff should know all about Brownwater Navy.
I will later.
Jeff knows all about brownwater movements. So those are ones that have bases built into them. And then here are a number that don't have bases on them. So again, more timberclads.
I don't see the Monitor and the Virginia and the USS Alabama. Where's Admiral Farragut? What is that?
He's currently gaming the torpedoes.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm sad because, like I said, my big light went off, so you can't even see any of this shit.
Yeah, Matt, I'm with you on that one. It looks more like that to me, too.
You got to put them up on the screen or nobody can tell what the hell you're talking about.
you got them on the screen right now. Oh, you mean
looks like that brown car ship thing Luke
that?
Skywalker flew on that desert planet. That would be the land speeder on Tatooine.
Here, this is the most prophetic statement and true statement in this entire chat.
What's that?
Right there, buddy.
Hex, you don't like naval war games. Yeah, Clay, that's because he's a dick.
All right, that does it. I'm going to send you a PDF copy of my rules, along with some 1/6000 scale ships. That's the miniature game you'll play solo.
You better only send me 2 ships so that it's a short battle.
I'll send you Hood and Bismarck.
I got an answer to that Matt provided also, not Jay.
Hey, it's going to be Hood and Bismarck. It's going to take like 13 seconds. You should be familiar with only taking 13 seconds.
I was about to say, actually, when we were playing at whatchamacallit, at Battles and Brews last weekend, Renown had a very Hood-like fate. It got hit with a battleship great shell.
Yeah, it did.
Got unlucky, and then had a catastrophic magazine explosion. Battle cruisers just aren't the stuff. Jeff, do you like this better, buddy? Again, I'm sorry for the lack of light.
Is that all that shit that you painted when we were discussing that and you finally painted it all and based it all? Or is those...
No, this is 2mm ACW. So there's Union and Confederate.
You painted all that recently, didn't you?
It's been about a year probably. Peter, what game do you want played through?
He's talking about War Between the States.
Oh.
What is this? Michael. Why are they shutting
What the hell?
down?
Oh, shit.
McMurray will go to buy anything ever.
I was about to say, I got urgent business to attend to.
Because he can't get on Constant Marketplace. They banned him.
Yeah, I don't even know why. No, it's not even that they banned me off Constant Marketplace. It's that I can't get to Constant Marketplace. Like, Totter's tried adding me to Constant Marketplace. No dice. I tried finding Constant Marketplace. No dice. I've never been on Constant Marketplace, Jeff. Like, that's the wild thing. Constant Marketplace just doesn't like me. Great game, super simple. Not super simple, but easy to understand, hard to master, super fun game.
How long's a game take, roughly? A typical game?
A couple hours.
Oh, wait, no. You got to give him 2 ratings on that. You got to give him the McMurray timetable and then the normal gamer timetable.
Well, that's the thing. I actually, in one game, I got through most of the turn. Like, I completed the game before the turn limit. And then in the second game that I played, basically, so you've got 8 turns, right? And unless you can, come on. And the idea is to end the game early, you have to swing the point of control chart all the way down here for Allies or all the way up here for Brits. And you can see, so the Axis get 1 point for control of the Baltic. Allies get 2. Up here in the North Sea, the Allies only get 1 point, and the Axis get 3. So that's how you add up your point of control totals and then move accordingly. The first game I played, I was done, I think, by turn 6 or 7 with an Allied victory. The second game I played, I got all the way through 8 turns with 1 point for the Allies. All right, I don't know who put the little scroller up there, but the Civil War was about slavery, the Confederacy was wrong, and the South deserved to burn.
Yeah, I buy from Noble Knights every now and then. Like,
what?
All hell Sherman.
Noble Knight, especially when you're trying to find that odd game that haven't had to in a while. Rich has kept me in big stock of games. So
this was outstanding. I need to, if they're shutting down, that means I need to hop on and pick up Victory in the Pacific before September 1st and a couple others. But yeah,
I would have to think though they've got to come up with another system because too many.
Well, that's the thing though. Is there, like, I've never sold anything on Geek Market, but is there actually a profitability margin in there for Board Game Geek? Do they get a percentage of that, or is it just a facilitation thing?
Individual, because that's how my buddy that has his business selling out of print games.
Yeah,
that's where he advertises.
Well, I mean, that's my point though. Like, does Geek Market or does Board Game Geek take 10% of that? Or no, that's my point. Is if they're just facilitating it, I can understand why they would shut it down because it certainly eats up a bunch of their effort, I'm sure. Like, it's not a simple thing to maintain, but if they're not making any money off of it, I can understand why they had to say, well, maybe not today.
It's all that green shit you're painting there, John.
Antares.
Yeah, sorry, nothing to do with counters. I'll turn the camera off if it's offensive to you.
No. I got you zoomed in. What are you talking?
It says they're shutting down because the new Geek Market in beta will be taking over and BGG up to their own commission. There you go.
There you go. Okay. Maybe it'll have like a timeout thing where if a game has been listed for, 3-4 years, it'll like send somebody an email like, hey, do you still have this? If so, relist it. So I've definitely made that mistake before.
All right, so that was quite the haul there, Anderson.
That's not even all of them. Like I said, look out on we get unboxed a couple that I've already played, but a lot of these there's nothing on YouTube for them. So I don't know how you can like tag them all, but if you can figure out a way to tag those such that when somebody searches War at Sea unboxing or what have you, they can find it. Maybe we can go through and do little, 5-10 minute things, recaps of each of them. But I know that, like I said, for me, it would have been a whole lot easier learning to play some of these if there had been somebody who pointed out like, oh yeah, also this is how this works. So you
guys go over and check out and Nache did a little show tonight we were on with, and he the good folks, David Heath and the gang over to Lock and Load sent Nache and I a bunch of stuff. I'm talking a big cash load of stuff for us to review and use to play with from Nations.
This box was
full. And he's already done his stuff. I'll do mine here in a couple days. Right now I've got stuff from VUCA Simulations asked me to review some games, and they sent me some games. I didn't realize they sell them here in the US actually, but they sent me 3 games, so I'm gonna beat up on those. And I'm waiting for my best friend in the world, McMurray, to send me a Super Civil War game.
Did you want me to grab Chancellorsville for you?
Might as well before it ends up in the hands of somebody who really doesn't know what they're gonna,
Okay.
Yeah, I probably should have just said that to you up front, but
it's all good.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
I'll shoot him a text. Oh my God. If you perforate that shrink wrap, Jeffy, you will permanently deflate.
So they played a trick on us, and they know that the guys over at Lock and Load, they know that I'm an East Front guy, and it's not Jay's alley. So most all the stuff they sent us, were preferential to what we each desired, except for that tank on tank game. They sent not Jay the East Front, they sent me the West Front, and they did it. So we're gonna make a little shift-a-rooey here and trade that stuff up. But so I would say, I'm still playing Army Group North. I'm not tearing that down. The EFS system, I love it. So I'm going to keep playing that game. It's 47 turns. I just cleared the Dvina River of all the Russians and I took all 3 of the crossings. So now it's time to focus on breaking the line to get towards Leningrad. I've heard some feedback on people that say, focus all that mechanized stuff you got and motorized stuff, bust a hole, and just sort of, I guess, scatter your defenses through other areas and not worry too much about the Russians, because they don't have a lot of hitting power, the Russians, but they do have some armor units that are slightly potent, but they don't get a whole lot of supply. And if you get them to burn it up and get through some of I just need to break one hole apparently, and then I can race towards Leningrad to see what happens. I don't see Leningrad getting taken in this game, but I'm going to give it my best shot to break through that scoff line and head there. And then I've got the Aachen game set up from VUCA out on the other table. I'll just set it up tonight, and I'm going to start going through that and reviewing that and try to give them some good feedback on that, and I'll post that stuff. And you can bet when War Between the States gets here that I will deep dive into that thing, because I had that game for years. I have lost all my counters, and I'm not about to pay $300 to get it. All right. And McMurray came up with that one right there. So I never played the one I originally had, just never had the chance to. And then when I finally started coming back into gaming and wanted to get that out, I was like, oh, crap, all my counters are gone. So, and that's like a teeth puller to get your hands on that game. But
$300. Jesus, I should have told you more.
You said $3, right?
No, but I definitely said 20%. God damn, 20% off is a good deal. No. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to get it to you, and I'll check Chance. I'll shoot him a text and see if Chancellorsville's still over there. I would imagine it is, but
yeah. Well, and now that box that I've had out there packed for 3 months to send to you, now it'll probably get sent now.
What? Stop, don't send me more goddamn games. I just got.
Hey, sorry, those were supposed to come to you 3 months ago. So good. Hey, good stuff tonight, John. Man, I'm glad you couldn't sleep, John, and got on here with us.
Yeah, dude, that's fair. I miss seeing John. We got to start doing more 6 a.m. things so that John can hop on. Jesus Christ, it is. It's like 4:30 there when you got on here, John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stiff upper lip and whatnot.
Yes. Come on, chaps. Early start of the day. Early bird catches the worm and all that sort of stuff.
Steady on. There you go.
Chip, cheerio, all that rot.
This place is so much classier when John talks.
Yeah, it is. Hell, fuck yeah, it is. Just like, I want to stick my finger out, my pinky out when I drink something.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, John. I should have been holding my pinkies out when I was unboxing this whole time.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right, appreciate everybody popping in here this evening and supporting what's going on. Catch us back with Nachi on Wednesday night. I'm sure between the next 3 or 4 days, a lot of us will probably shoot some more videos. And like I say, get over to check out Nachi's the stream he did tonight. Check out some of the stuff that he displayed from Lock and Load and what those guys got going on. And hey,
it's the middle section. If you don't want to watch all, if you're not a miniatures guy and you don't want to know about Fistful of Lead, bigger battles and whatnot, about 30 minutes in or so is when we start talking about the Lock and Load stuff. So
yep, and then you can see more of the random stuff I got on there as well.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Hexy's got to play golf tomorrow, so I'm out.
Oh God!
And we'll talk to you all later. See ya. Peace.